Begin.
We're so Asian.
Point.
I have a white dot on my head. No, I don't.
Welcome to the Vape-Out podcast. We have an exciting episode for you today, as always. I'm going to say 37 times today.
Should I start doing an counter?
Possibly.
Ding, ding. I don't know if I'll be able to catch them all.
So up today, Donovan is going to give us an awesome Hobo 3.1 review.
Woo!
Yeah. Really cool. We're all going to totally watch him do that, and yeah, that'll be great. They really will. I'm actually really looking forward to this review.
It's magical.
It's a pretty high-end atomizer, and we'll get into that later. He'll talk all about it. So we're going to talk about still blowing smoke, and
boo,
and how full of they are.
Yes.
We're also going to talk about not blowing smoke and how amazing they are.
Yeah.
And call. We'll talk about that later. Call your senators, call your assembly members.
Oh, you did it? Thanks. Do it again.
And again.
Yes, and again.
And tomorrow, do it one more time.
And then one more time after that.
Do it until they hang up when they see your number.
We'll get to that as well. And then also we're going to kind of touch on some people think, they're not quite sure what's happening to the vaping community, whether it's, what's going on with it. So some people think that it's kind of falling apart. So we'll get into that and kind of touch on that as well. But I think starting off, let's get right into the still blowing smoke. Is that all right with everybody?
Yeah.
We have a commercial that was released recently.
Yeah, so apparently there's a new commercial out that Donovan told us about. We haven't seen it yet, so Donovan's going to pull it up on his phone. We're going to watch it in real time, and you guys are going to see us react to it, and then we're going to talk about it.
Well, yeah, we all remember the first still blowing smoke commercials and how upset those made us. Apparently this one's worse.
We're not going to actually show you guys because it's very aggravating. And I don't want you to see it.
No, they'll see it.
Oh, they're seeing it?
Yeah,
we're showing you guys.
So you're going to see it without sound as we're watching it. So
yeah, so you guys just get to see us react to it.
Prepare to get
Gary, snuggle up to Ryan. Yeah, we don't really need to pause it, I guess.
No.
All right, game on.
The aromatic annual called tobacco.
Bacon apparently is big tobacco.
Oh my god.
Was there like a half of a second of like 8-year-olds like trading off vapes to each other?
Yeah, like it was black market shit. Yeah. So if you didn't see that, they definitely hired kids to vape for their commercial.
Isn't that kind of, like 100% contradicting what they're trying to fight?
100%.
Yeah, you know, like when everyone was telling us not to do meth because it's bad, I remember seeing a bunch of kids in the commercial doing meth. Wait, no, that never happened.
Yeah.
All those anti-weed smoking commercials, like they don't show like videos of kids just like smoking an entire bowl.
Hired actors portray kids. Like if these people are over 18 and then they're vaping in your commercial and you're calling them minors in your commercial, it's disgusting, it's sick, and it's wrong. Like you're totally defeating the purpose of your argument if you're paying and allowing kids to do what you're telling people not to.
And we're the ones marketing to minors.
They don't care, man. They're just some little mom and pop tobacco company, because those exist. Just trying to make their way in the world against our big, evil e-cigarette corporation.
Actually, Still Blowing Smoke was funded and created by California State Board of Health with $73 million. Your tax dollars paid for that commercial.
But it's just mom and pop.
Part of Big Tobacco did as well.
Yes.
Big tobacco. There's no big tobacco in cigarettes. That's all e-cig stuff. E-cigs are big tobacco.
And it's funny not to us, but I mean, really, like, they're so scared. Like, the 4 or 5 big tobacco companies are so scared of the thousands of mom and pop stores.
They're terrified.
They are.
It's taking literal billions away from. Here's the thing. I don't look at it as taking billions away from them, but that's how they see it. The way they're looking at this is like, all right, we're this many, billions of dollars worth of a company. Vaping is what, like $5 billion?
I'm not sure.
I think it's about 5 or 6 right now.
It's like a $5 or $6 billion industry. The way Big Tobacco is looking at it is they're like, that's our $5 or $6 billion. That's our money.
And
like,
it was.
It's not your money. Like, that's like saying Nicorette is your money, or like. Or any other kind of quit smoking device. That's your money. No, it's not.
Maybe this is way out of there, but like this is like Nike, like being the big dog all the time, and then all of a sudden Adidas comes out with this brand new shoe that everyone just has to have, and then no one's buying Nikes anymore. And then Nike's is like, no, those shoes are actually illegal.
They give you cancer.
Fear mongering about it. Like, those shoes will make you jump shorter and run slower. I mean,
it's just so upsetting that they're like, quit smoking. Oh, wait, we weren't quite ready for you to do that yet.
No, and that's what it all comes down to.
Like, what?
California, we got ourselves in this big, stupid bind where we were just like, look, to punish Big Tobacco because they are so evil and they're so huge, we need to rein them in a little bit. So we're going to make them pay for the anti-smoking stuff.
Yeah.
And fund the cancer societies. And their profits are going to go to that stuff. Unfortunately, those people got very used to those big checks.
Not even used to it. Dependent.
Yeah. So now when the threat of those big checks going away looms over their heads, they're just like, vaping's bad. Keep smoking, but don't smoke.
It's absolutely horrible. When you're at those hearings.
If anyone's part of Big Tobacco watching this right now, and if you really cared, why wouldn't you get on board and create vape products that actually helped people quit smoking instead of being murderers and having to pay out billions of dollars at the end of the year to each state?
Just so you can run your business.
Just so you can run your business. Why don't you get on board and create a healthier nation by switching to the electronic alternative? Do something good and reap the benefits of it.
Could you imagine the vaping that would come out of that much money? Like if the tobacco industry, like Big Tobacco, even just one of them, like let's say like
you'd have
RJ Reynolds just turns around and goes, you know what? Throw out everything that's tobacco, revamp into e-cigarettes and
you
vaping.
could create the world's safest device. You could create the world's cleanest juice because they have the means to do that.
It would be incredible.
You could still be a vape
and you
superstar.
wouldn't be killing people.
No.
Yeah, because they're legally killing people. They're just paying off each state. Oh, yeah.
And let's put it in math and their perspectives. You don't have clients that die, so they're clients for longer.
Yeah.
And isn't there a loophole with how families can't sue the tobacco companies for their death of cancer?
Correct. The states get that money.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
like,
like,
don't they want with it?
Don't they have like this loophole where if they put something on the pack or whatever, the family can't sue?
If it says on the pack that it might give you cancer, you can't sue them for getting cancer.
Yeah, because you put yourself at that risk in their eyes.
Yeah.
Hence the reason they put hot on McDonald's coffee cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Anyways,
people are dumb no matter what.
Yeah.
And not everybody, obviously.
America, I love you, but sometimes you suck.
Let's
all go to Australia.
There's plenty of smart people, and I'm pretty certain that most of the people watching this channel are the smart ones. The ones that are going to screw us over are the people who just, media says this? Oh, man, okay. Well, we got to listen to them.
So you've seen that commercial, which obviously was upsetting. If you want people to see the correct one, have them see the not blowing smoke commercial.
Yeah, and that kind of rolls us right into it. Not blowing smoke. Right now, they have a campaign going with their videos. If you see a video from not blowing smoke on Facebook or on any social media that you're on, share it as much as you possibly can. Getting that awareness out there is what's going to help us. The awareness and the phone calls. We're going to kind of 2-for-1 this. You have to keep calling your senators, your assembly members,
representatives,
your representatives, even the governor.
The governor.
You need to talk to the governor and make sure he knows how you feel.
And put it in simple terms. Like let him know like as if you were talking to just some random Joe Schmo on the street. Because I don't know if you've ever seen some of those videos on YouTube of Senate hearings, but I wouldn't exactly call them the best and brightest.
I wonder if when we're calling these people, telling them how much we vape a day would help. Hey, I vape about 15 to 30 mils a day. Hey, I vape, because if we tell them that, then they'd be like, wow, 1.5 milliliters, no one vapes that in a day. Like that's extremely, extremely
That
low.
or you'd get like Dianne Feinstein. Oh man, that's a lot of tax dollars I can have in my state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's
But the thing is that hopefully she realizes if you make something so expensive to where people aren't going to buy it, you're not going to make any money off
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's all bad. So there's that, and then the truth about vaping commercials. They're all tied into one. Those are really good ones to share with people.
Very good.
The best thing you could do is if someone looks at you funny, try to educate them without being a jerk about it.
Have I mentioned this?
Your vape etiquette that you guys talked about on the last episode that I wasn't on was excellent. I was loving that when you guys were talking about it. The one thing I wanted to add was that I hated when I think I mentioned this to you guys earlier, when like I get a bad inhale or like I just like get like too much of a throat hit or something, it makes me cough. Because when you cough from vape, like it's bad. Like it hurts, and you have to deal with that. You have to like stop what you're doing and deal with it. And I hate when that happens in public, because I feel like people who don't know anything about vape are watching me do that, and they're going, "Oh, that shit is killing him."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before or not, but I was in the Badlands in South Dakota, and stop me if I have, but I was in the Badlands in South Dakota. I know I've told you guys this, but
Probably.
someone asked me for a cigarette right when I was getting in my car, and I said, sorry man, I vape, and hopped in my car, and my brother had his window down or still had the door open, and he keeps walking by and he goes, glycerin kills, and I go, what did he say? And Rob's like, I think he says glycerin kills or something, and I was like really? I turned the car on, rolled on the window, I was like, no it doesn't. And he's like, yes, it does. And I was like, and I started, and I wasn't mean, but I was talking loud because he was walking away. I said,
Glycerin kills.
vegetable glycerin is in, I mean, more products than you can even think of. It's in a lot of stuff we eat. It's in, I mean, it's in everything.
When people hear the word glycerin, they immediately assume that it's some type of antifreeze.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and then
That's glycol that it should be.
Yeah.
well, yeah. And then as we all know, propylene glycol is, it's in inhalers, it's in nebulizers, it's in hospital vents to filter out the air. PG actually filters air and makes the air cleaner.
We're breathing cleaner air than you right now.
So
unless you're
anyway,
vaping.
I spat about that much of facts at him and just told him all those things. And I said, but you know what? I'm just another person. You can, I mean, I could be lying to you. Go check it out yourself. Go to notblowingsmoke.org and check out your facts yourself. That way they can look it up. They can do their own research. They can find out for themselves what it's all about instead of...
The story he told us before was way cooler. You got out of the car and kicked the guy's ass.
No, it doesn't.
Kidding.
Don't do that.
Doesn't kill, I do.
No, but really, so I mean, just being, you might need to be a little stern, but certainly polite, and tell them to go do their own research on it. Don't have them take your word for it. Tell them, don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself.
It's just I hate seeing just that fear mongering. That's all it is. They're just flashing scary images at you. Be afraid of this.
It's like I think we talked about this before. Reefer madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now there's social media. You have the means to educate yourself. There's tons of
And your
research
friends,
published.
peers.
So you don't just believe what one person's telling you. You got to go to the sources and figure it out for yourself.
Is a famous person who vapes
If
and
you-
advocates it.
Correct. If you see that costs tons of money, and what'll be more beneficial with all that money is lobbyists. Because
We're
right now,
calling you when you need them.
There you go.
right now, unfortunately, the only way our lawmakers work is if you have lobbyists align their pockets with money to persuade the vote in your direction. It's crooked. It should be illegal. It's just like the worst thing ever.
It's not illegal. It's called an earmark.
It should be made illegal.
But it's
They're
not.
basically paying little kids to argue about what they think is right.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about that earlier. How childish senators.
Those Senate meetings, they're children. Over dumb arguments
What
about dumb laws in states
was the
nobody
kid- the
goes to,
comment
they
they were
will get
making?
in fist fights.
Over the monarch butterfly conservation, some guy goes, to quote Papa Smurf, and I'm like, really, Papa Smurf? Another guy goes, this is a LL Cool J bill because it's so cool. And I'm like, are you guys really?
These are our California
What we
representatives.
elected.
These are
Yeah.
like 50 to 70-year-old men
I get it. You need
arguing
to
like children.
brighten the mood and stuff, but to come out and be unprofessional when these guys are taking your tax dollars to be professional and do. invest in your best personal interest because you think that's what they're doing, and then and they're making a mockery of these bills that they're spending millions, billions of dollars even on. It's a joke. It's a slap to the face if you ever watch one of these hearings.
It's really bad.
Horrible.
Horrible.
And it's, I remember hearing Jay Leno speak on the
Jay
two.
Leno.
Oh my gosh, Mark Leno. So yeah, Jay Leno, I strongly apologize. Please don't come beat me up with your chin.
Dude, one has a really strong chin. The other one has no chin, along with no spine.
How sick would that be to see him chin whip somebody?
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen this.
I don't want to be that person.
Like when he gets in his nice sports cars, he's like, my chin will drive this.
Have you guys seen some of the comics with Jay Leno?
I would hate to be in the car with him when he disagrees with something.
No.
Jay Leno, not that you're ever going to watch this ever, but I think you're funny.
Jay Leno, do you want to play the rape game? No. Spirit.
Oh my goodness. That just happened.
Maybe that should be pleased.
But yeah, so Senator Leno,
Mark Leno. I totally got way off track. Anyway, I could not believe how childish he seemed when we shut down SB 140. Like,
oh my gosh.
I know we talked about it on here before, but it's still just. I mean, even now, I still can't believe.
It went from I'm taking my toys, we can't play anymore, to I'm just going to play with them without telling you.
Yeah.
Well,
he passed the baton basically to that Cooper guy.
When you're up there and representing people and representing something that people have invested millions of dollars in, you literally have to have a level of professionalism that they don't carry, and it's disgusting. Like, you can be like, okay, I can no longer support this bill. Don't stomp your feet and throw a fit and cry about it.
Like, I guarantee if any of you on the podcast, or that watch the podcast, if you had the job to do what Leno did, no matter your opinions or thoughts on it, like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have cried like a little girl when you lost. I'm pretty sure you'd have been like, okay.
You might have if Big Tobacco told you, if this gets passed, you'll be a billionaire.
Sure.
I'd probably throw.
But he's already probably a billionaire.
I wouldn't call it a billionaire.
He's already got too much money that he can spend.
Forbes magazine backs vape. I don't see him in Forbes.
Forbes backs vape. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Forbes. You rock.
Shout out to Forbes.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, toss a donation or anything.
Forbes talks about rich people. I don't think they really are the rich people.
Shit.
But still, what he's
Forbes,
saying.
if you want to have write an article about donating to the Vape-Out podcast, so we can get vape.
Still blowing smoke bad, not blowing smoke good.
Yes,
because we are not blowing smoke.
Correct.
We're blowing vape.
And I may be an asshole, but every time someone walks in my shop and they tell me there's a bunch of smoke in here, or they smoke this all day, or I'm like, really? I don't. And we're not smoking in here. Like, and they kind of look at me puzzled every time. I'm like, we vape. You're vaping, and they think I'm being a jerk about it, but it's very important.
Yeah, it is
to
important
use the right
to keep
terminology.
that distinction.
Because when you're talking to someone to tell them about your vaping experience, and you're like, yeah, the smoke isn't that harmful. They still think smoke.
Yeah.
So they still think it's bad for you. No, it's vapor. It does not smoke. And I'm a stickler every single time. And I'm sure people are just like, you're an asshole. But I don't really care because it's that important.
It's true.
My vape tastes so good.
And I try and say it nice to them. Like, I don't try and, it's vape, not smoke. But, yeah.
I'm still rocking those Clapton coils, by the way. From, I don't know, what was that, 3 weeks ago now?
Or longer.
Or longer.
It's about as long as the build that's in here is.
I've only re-ricked it twice.
That's impressive.
In 3 weeks. Clapton coils for the win. Thanks, Kevin. I'm overdue for another set.
I know.
If you guys remember earlier episode, I traded him Claptons for life for a mod. For life apparently was one time.
What if that mod breaks?
Then give him Clapton.
The life of the mod?
You broke it.
The life of the mod?
You broke it.
Because there's
How do you know I broke it? What if it just
Well, I'm the
stopped
modder,
working?
dude. I could totally fix it.
Oh, so there's a warranty.
I didn't know there's a warranty on it, yeah.
No, now you do. Now
That
you
wasn't
do.
part of the agreement.
It's there.
There's not a warranty on the Clapton coils.
You had to.
Oh my god. I'm all over here being the nice guy.
But there's no time limit on how far apart they have to be.
It's just a mileage limit.
I'm running pretty high on the miles.
Once you've used once you've used over 200 feet of 40 gauge.
That's like
you're
2
cut off.
Claptons.
No, I'm surprised how much how many Clapton builds I'm getting off of that 40 gauge that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't build them like crazy or anything, but I've built probably 8 to 10 Clapton coils, and I have not gone through that first roll of 100 feet, which really surprises me. 100 feet for
No.
I feel like I use a shit ton when I.
What's your favorite Clapton build so far, though?
So far, well, I've only done 2. I've done the 26 fused with 30. I did 40 for sure with 26 gauge, and then I did one with
36, I believe.
I thought it was 38. Was it 36?
Yeah.
It was
No, it's 38 because we
30.
didn't get 36.
Okay, yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, but it was 38. I'm pretty sure. So I've done 38 and 40 gauge, wrapped around 26 fused. But I want to try. I want to try doing some nichrome Claptons. Are you falling asleep over here?
What? No.
Yeah, no, mine's
I'll wake you up. I'll wake you up.
by far my favorite ones that you've made is the 26 gauge with the 40 fuse wrapped around it.
The 26 with 40?
Yeah, the 40 nichrome. It's delicious.
They're pretty much the same, to be honest. I didn't notice that much of a difference.
I do.
I think the ohms were... Yeah, but you
How
never...
does that taste? That's how Claptons
I got some of
taste.
it.
Want some more?
Didn't mean to.
Have you vaped the Claptons yet?
Yeah.
I made you a set, didn't I?
No.
Oh, I got... You didn't... You had your tank or something like that. Because Dan and Gary both got a set. Dan and Gary. You were here. I think I had enough for everybody. Or I think...
Good news, speaking of Claptons, I guess they make Clapton coils in Atlantis coils now.
Atlantis,
Seriously?
Arctic.
Are those the ones that get lost in water?
They are made out of gold.
Oh,
Yeah. 24 karat gold
The
plated
Arctic
casing.
ones, you actually have to go up to the North Pole to get them.
sweet.
And then they have the sub box ones.
Yeah, but they're totally
Those
Claptons
are
inside
under
a
the-
replacement
under the
coil,
earth.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, company. I don't even know who.
G Clapton is Adam Vape is who makes it.
Adam Vape, if you're watching this video, we would love to review those coils.
Seriously, we would.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Like, you just send them...
I'll buy some
you
tank.
you
just
might
use
get
them.
an email in the near future.
You could, like, send us, like, 10 of them. That'd be cool.
I was gonna say they're,
We'd
they're
we'd give a couple away.
We should hit up just random like Instagram famous vapors and stuff like that, like dudes that put out funny videos, and just ask them to be on the show one time.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
be fun.
I'm sure they'd be down.
Jay Leno, you want to be on our show?
No, we're not kidding. Jay Leno, would you like to be on our show?
that would be awesome.
Blake Vapes.
If anyone knows...
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. Dude, we
I
all
might
know
punch him in the face.
we all know this would be an awesome, like a very interesting podcast.
I don't know.
You know what? He's probably actually a pretty cool dude.
I don't know if he could hold the character the whole time.
I wouldn't want him to.
I would probably punch him in the face.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either. But he's probably a pretty cool guy.
I'm sure he's cool,
So
but like
he was totally going to be like a celebrity guest, but now he's like afraid to.
Yeah, because now he's
like Kevin.
What if he's fucking like 6'8", like fucking
yeah.
bigger
What if
than
he
you?
just walks in here and is like, "Yo,
There's
fuck
a
your
size
podcast,"
and
and
weight limit
punches
to
him in the
those little
face?
scooters that he's riding around on. And like size comparison to that scooter, he's not 6'8".
I probably can't.
What if he's a fucking MMA fighter and you just fucking wipe the floor with all of us?
That'd be pretty fun.
Well, you're the one that has to be worried because
I
you're
just
threatening
hope,
to punch him in the face.
I just hope to God that I've got the camera when he comes in to kick our asses.
You're just lucky I don't tell him what you said off camera.
Damn. What did I say off camera?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna tell. Don't try and trick me.
Okay, don't tell him what you said.
Okay, well.
So I think
Anyways.
partially this this vaping thing,
Reverse psychology.
the still blowing smoke and the not blowing smoke and all that stuff. I think it has a little bit of something to do with, like you were saying, the rift that's going on in within the vaping community.
How do we not? Okay, yeah. The vaping community. I agree. It has something to do with it. Another part of it is clones versus authentics. There's a lot to it. Really, the people just aren't as involved as they were, a year ago. I don't know if all the bills going through and all the still blowing smoke and not blowing smoke stuff going through, that people are just getting unmotivated, or what?
I think that's why these bills are winning too, is because vapors aren't focused on keeping the vaping going and keeping all our rights intact. They're focused on, I've got the best setup, I've got the coolest hand check.
Yeah,
Everyone look at me.
that drives me nuts.
I've got the biggest clouds. I got the
Right?
coolest tricks.
Like everyone's
Harold.
focused on that. Like I'm not going to any competitions or any events ever unless it's got something to do with vapor rights. If you're just holding a competition because you blow big clouds, giveaways, come to our shop, fuck you.
There is one coming up that's already going to happen.
That's my personal opinion.
That the proceeds are going towards protecting your rights as vapors.
Excellent, and I would love to be there.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So, there will be an event that had already happened by the time this podcast airs, but there's a year anniversary.
2 year.
2 year anniversary for one of our local shops in the area. So we can give them a cloud salute real quick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations to your. Should we say the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Vape-Town, congratulations on your 2 years.
Oh, 2 years, cool.
Yeah, so good job.
Keep educating those peeps. And
Yes.
speaking of Vape-Town, they did something really cool. Is they literally printed off like thousands of letters for people to come in. All they had to do was write their name and sign it.
They've been really active as far as vaping rights go.
They're one of the bigger ones in the desert.
Yeah, and that's excellent. It's really great to see the shops that are like doing the best out here. They're one of the bigger shops, are the ones everyone goes to. I love seeing that they are so involved.
Yep.
So it's like the money's not wasted.
Seeing a big shop not involved is kind of disheartening.
Makes me want to burn the store down.
Wow.
Yeah.
But back to like the bickering in the vape community. What it comes down to, in my opinion, is it doesn't matter if you're vaping on a clone. It doesn't matter if you're vaping on an authentic setup. It doesn't matter who has the best.
You're still vaping.
As long as you're vaping safe and you're vaping and you're not smoking cigarettes, that's what it's really about.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks that companies did rip off other companies, but if you're not smoking, that's really what it's about.
It is.
Straight up.
And sure, give them some crap, but don't hate them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When someone comes up to me and some other vapor that I don't know, we just kind of connect because we both vape on the street. That kind of thing. Like, oh, you vape, I vape.
You touch tips.
Yeah, absolutely. First we touch tips, and then no, but if they're like impressed by my clouds, because I'm not a clouder. Like, I don't chase clouds, but I just like a big heavy vape. That's where I prefer it. So if they comment on that, like, how do I do that? Where do I go for that? If they've got a clone and I'm on authentic, I'll probably tell them, it's because you have a clone. You need to get either a high quality clone or just buy an authentic.
Sorry.
But I don't by any means like, dirty clone user.
No.
Like, we gave Gary a lot of shit for having clones when he first started off, but that's where he was at financially. Who gives a shit? He's not smoking cigarettes.
And really, it was just giving him shit. It wasn't actually.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't actually hating.
There was no hostility.
No. We're like, you and your clones, and
especially over
don't put your authentic tugboat on that clone on the clone mod.
Especially over social media with like hand checks and stuff, because hand checks happen all the time. They're like, it's a clone. I have the same thing, but it's authentic because you're a bitch. Like, why?
Exactly.
You're causing more of a rift.
Yep.
Just be like, oh, cool. How's the clone? Is it worth? Is it good?
And he's probably going to be like, you know what, it's okay, but the extra whatever is probably worth. And sometimes they will say, you know what, it's just as good as the authentic.
Well, because that's true sometimes
It
too.
is.
Like, a lot of times clones can be sometimes better than authentic.
But what sucks is a lot of people do end up getting the lower end clones because they're trying to save a penny, and they're like, I never want to buy this because this one sucks. Well, the real one doesn't suck.
Or
that.
they won't.
Yeah.
They'll stop vaping because they get a shitty clone setup, and that'll happen with any setup, though, not just clone setup.
I do want to touch on
it's
that.
just
Too much maintenance.
stop all the hating. Stop
Yes.
it. There's no reason.
ELE.
If they have a clone that you don't like, if they're on some liquid that you don't like, it doesn't matter. As long as they're not smoking. Now, smokers, by all means, tell them they're I don't care.
Wow.
But don't hate on other vapors.
No, tell them they like in their mouth.
There you go.
All right. The only
That's
clone
proper.
that I will hate on.
Fags?
I do.
The only clone I will hate on though is cloned batteries.
I do.
Did you hear me?
That's the only way
I did not. I'm sorry.
Said the only clone I'll hate on is cloned batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's just dangerous.
That comes back to vape safety. If you get a battery and you're unsure if it's a real one or not, look it up, man. Do some research before you buy that battery.
Somebody in the description, let us know how many times Donovan has within this channel said vape safety. Or vape safety.
It's important. You don't need to be the next Fox report with your burnt leg and showing how dangerous
real
vaping
quick,
is.
I want to get to what Gary wants to say, but we had customers come in yesterday and today.
Oh my gosh.
They came in with Camry batteries, which have like a 10 amp draw rate. And the 18350 has about a 5 amp draw rate. They were vaping with that on a normal build.
20 gauge 6 rack.
Extremely dangerous. So they are IMR batteries, so they're not going to explode, but they will vent and it can turn your mod into a bomb. They came in the next day with a cloned E-Fest.
Yes.
And
but luckily we got them on the right track and they're vaping safe now, so that's really important. But those E-Fest batteries, they come with a Cardo and a fuse, and that's how they're supposed to be used.
Camry.
Yeah.
You
What
said
did I say?
E-Fest.
Oh, Camry.
E-Fest is a very good
We
brand.
like E-Fest.
Very high
Yeah.
drain, good brand. Camry is junk. Camry is not made for anything more than your cartomizer.
That
with
cardo
that
would
fuse, so
still
if it shorts out, the
fire
fuse
it.
blows, and
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about your battery venting out.
Yeah, the cardo. You have to have
If
the
you
chip in
use
there.
those batteries in the way they were meant to be, you're fine. But
Yeah.
as soon as you put a rebuildable on there and you remove the fuse, they become dangerous.
So, Gary.
I'd like to touch on the whole clones and authentics thing. The only thing that drives me insane, it could be my OCD, just could be the conscious in the back of my head that's nagging me to do this. But there's a few groups in the local area, and they're not the big ones. They're more of this like little trade groups and stuff like that, where people will say, "I have an authentic this, whatever it may be," and I'll look at it right away, and I'll know right away it's a clone. And when I go to correct them, they argue tooth and nail with me that it's not. I'm like, I have been in the vape community for over 4 years now. I know, and I can tell. I've seen the authentic devices.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah, and they're trying to sell it like I have this authentic,
Wait.
for instance, AR.
So
$30,
that's one of two things. Either they got taken for a ride,
which is usually
someone told them that it was real and it was just a clone, and they don't want to hear that because that's basically a big sign that they have to hold that says I'm a retard, and they just have to walk around with that now. No one wants to hang on to that sign.
Do you remember?
But or it's the other one, which is they know it's a clone. They're trying to sell it because they want more money
Which
than
is
it's
fucked
worth.
up.
Which fuck those people.
Do you remember the guy selling? It was either the Manhattan or the Apollo.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the dude with the Manhattan.
He said authentic copper Manhattan, and it was brass.
Yeah, it was brass. I told him, dude, that's brass. He's like, no, it's not. They only came in stainless and
So then
copper.
he comes to me and he's like, "Dude, look, this guy thinks this," and I'm like, "No, that's definitely brass." And,
Well, that's true that they only came in stainless and copper.
no,
but that's brass.
stainless brass and copper.
Yeah, they did come in
Did
brass.
they?
too.
Okay.
But
I had to pull up a metal chart.
I told you, I was like, Google the charts with it. You can get a picture with it so you can see the difference and post that to the thing.
Just like holding copper and holding brass and hitting him on the head with it. Which one feels like brass?
He deleted that post and reposted it with the exact same title.
Yeah, same title, just authentic brass Manhattan.
Oh, he did change it to brass.
Yeah, he changed it
Okay,
to brass,
okay.
but he said it was authentic still.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not. It says FU on it, not AAV.
Yeah.
It even said FU on it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Technically, there are a couple.
They didn't make authentic brass ones, though.
There were
Yeah,
a couple
those were-
authentic foo
Yeah.
Manhattans.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did brass. You're right.
They didn't do brass, they did copper only, because that's what everybody
you're
wanted
right.
was the
And
copper
That's the one that I
Manhattan.
have. With,
I love
with
my brass
messed up
mod.
threads.
Are you okay there?
To be honest, we're about at the time limit. If anyone else has anything to add,
It's review time
All right.
with Ryan's neck.
Time for a review with the Hobo. You said 3.1?
C.
The
Yes.
3.1C. Was there an A and B before it?
C is Spanish for yes.
Oh,
No.
in English, please.
Oh, yes.
so yeah, right now we're going to all tentatively watch. I don't know if that. We're gonna
Yes,
watch.
yes, tentatively. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, we're gonna tentatively watch Donovan do this review. Ready, set, go.
And now it goes. Because I control it.
Hello, podcasters. Today we got the authentic Hobo 3.1 review going on for you there. I'm going to tell you all about this, and then I'm actually going to get in. I'm going to show you how to build this so we can get up and close and personal with the Hobo 3.1. I'm pretty excited about this. I got this a while back, so I put a standard build in it, and I was just vaping it for a while, and I was very, very, very pleased with this atomizer so far. Again, I'm going to tell you a little bit about now. We're going to get up and close and personal, and then I'll tell you all of its little nice quirks, ins, and outs. But first, we're going to talk about the packaging it came in. So right away, it came in this cool little plastic tube here. Kind of pops open, and then it got a sticker. Nice little Hobo Custom. And it's hobocustoms.com if you're curious about it. Comes with 2 extra screws and an Allen key. You'll see where that comes into play later. And then the bag that the actual Addy came in for protection inside this case. Now, the Hobo itself is a 3-piece barrel design, meaning you got your bottom deck, you got your airflow control ring, and then your top half, which has your drip tip in it as well, which this isn't a standard 510. It looks pretty high flow for what it is, and it pulls out. I'm going to pull it out for you, show you what's up. Now it's a push ring style. Fits right into the top. It's pretty high flow, and it's Delrin also. And for the specs on this, let me just throw it down. It's 316 medical grade stainless steel. The newer version actually has a 5mm juice well. Get up and close and I'll show you that in a little bit. Oh yeah, one of the major features of this versus all the other Hobos that I really like versus this is the airflow control ring actually is like a quick disconnect feature to it, so it doesn't thread in anymore like the older ones do, and it also doesn't it just doesn't pop in and out. So when you go to pull it out of your pocket, if you grab it by the airflow control ring, you won't slide that off. So it's locked on there pretty good, which I like. And then it's also a dual post design. So it's 2 posts, one's positive, one's negative. No more center post need for this. And another feature that's really nice about this is it's a gold plated center pin, but you can actually loosen the center pin and you can move the positive post around. So if you're a single coil guy and you like your single coils, it's really nice for that. But overall, when I had it together, it was a very good atomizer. It had really good flavor on it due to the smaller chamber compared to most atomizers. It does take an Allen screw. That's where your Allen key comes into play, and it was really nice that they had the second set of screws in there for you as well. First appearance, when I pulled it out, this thing looked really clean. It's a brushed style stainless steel, which I like, so it doesn't become a fingerprint magnet, which is a huge plus for me as well. And down here at the bottom, right here, it's a double set of O-rings, and that O-ring helps seal it in so you don't get juice everywhere. You know, a lot of things leak out the top cap. This won't do that, which is a nice feature to have. So I showed you this, I talked about it. I'm going to put these things back in the container, and then we're going to get up and close. I'm going to show you how to put a build on this and talk about it a little more, and then I'm also going to vape it and show you guys what the vape production is like. So I really hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Show you a little bit about it. Hopefully you get some insight on how to do it, and you don't do the same mistakes I did when I first got it. Because when I first got it, I didn't really know much, and I try to yank off the airflow control when really it rotates off. So let me put this away and we'll get to building. Alright guys, so I'm back here with you with the up and close build portion of it. Here I got the Hobo V3 in pieces. Here's our top piece that I was talking to you about. This is what you would rotate to get your airflow adjustment out of it. That's what the inside looks like. And this is your drip tip that you can pop out there. Here's the airflow control ring. I'm trying to keep this in camera here for you guys. I don't know if you can really see right there on the ring or not. But right there, it's got that little notch. Yeah, right there. Got this little notch. Now that little notch is really cool because it goes into this little notch right here. If you can see that. Right there, yep. See that little notch? So it actually will go on there, push down, and then you can rotate onto the Addy, and that's how you lock your airflow control into place, which is really nice to have. Real quick before I start building on this and showing you how to do it, got your Allen keys. That's where your Allen got your Allen screws, which your Allen key comes in handy. I have the modified upgraded Allen screw, so we got that there. I like to back out my post before I get started. But for your single coil guys, the guys that really like your single coils, you'll find this feature really nice. And I've seen some people modify this for the squawk boxes, I think, where you drill a hole in the base and squeeze your bottle to get up. But the screw, your gold center pin here, take your flathead screwdriver, you can actually loosen this. Now when you loosen this, maybe we'll loosen it today. When you loosen this, which is nice, now with that loosen, you can actually take your positive post and rotate that. See right here? See, you can rotate this all the way over here if you wanted to, and you are running a peak insulator. I don't know if I failed to mention that last time, but it does have a peak insulator. So for your single coil lovers, you could totally put a single coil right in the center so you don't have tons of wasted Addy space, which makes that really nice to have. But we're doing a dual coil for you today on here. So I'm gonna put it back like this. I'm gonna tighten down that center post, and then I'm gonna grab my coils. Alright, so you want to make sure that center post is nice and snug, so we snug that down. We got your holes open there, nice and open. And then what I did is I pre-wrapped 5-wrap 24 gauge regular Kenthal. That's what we're gonna do in there, around an 1/8 inch bit. So there's my 2 coils. We're gonna place those in there. Grab my 1/8 inch bit, and then our Allen key. Got my condom and my scissors on the side, ready to rock and roll. How I like to build is today we're gonna use the glass TI mod as the base. So I just go ahead and I'll thread this in here. Thread it down, boom, there we are. All right, so those are already open. So what's nice about the dual post setup here is centering the build. Literally, it's very, very convenient to center the build. So instead of having to push over or bend your wires or however you want to do your center post, you just go like this and you get to push in your build till it's center. So it's almost self-centering, which is a very nice convenience to have. So I'll push in my coil, get it nice and pushed in there. I know it doesn't look like much now, but I'll get it centered, and then I'll bend these up out of the way, and that kind of holds it there. So now I don't have to worry about that getting pushed out. And then we'll grab our other one and put that through. Now this one I went to the outside, I actually want to bend these to the inside. Now by bending these to the inside here, it'll allow my second coil to come in and go to the outside of those. So we'll do that for you right now. So here we are. Put this through. See, we're going to the outside there. There's the outside. If you can see that. Goes to the outside of the coil. So it's gonna make it easier to cut later, is what we're shooting for. So we'll get that pushed in. We want both of our leads coming off to be the same on each side. So the same as this coil as the same as this coil. So pull that through, move over. Pull this through, move over. Now we're in. Now what we want to do is we want to tighten down these posts, start to straighten up our coils, heat them up, get them all lined up, add our juice, get vaping. So let's tighten down. So that's as easy as putting the coils in. Now I like to straighten mine up before I go any farther. So put the drill bit in, twist them over, straighten them up, see what's up. So there's a rough look of our coils. I'm going to trim these wires right now. And be careful where you're shooting this wire, because I've had wire shoot across the room before and hit people in the face, and well, it really just wasn't cool. You should be wearing safety glasses. Alright, so this one's on the inside. And a really good pair of cutters helps out a lot when it comes to building. Push all this out of the way. Do a drill bit here. I like to get nice long needle nose, and it helps me push wires out of the way. And when I heat them up, it really helps straighten them up here. So wires that my cutters didn't get into, I like to push them out of the way, make sure they're not shorting on anything, even my build. So there is rough build. Now we're gonna clean it up and we're gonna make it look good. So lock ring off, tap the fire button, make sure we're not getting shorts, and we're heating up nicely. So you see this side heating up, it's all crooked and stuff, so I want to kind of get in there and just straighten them out real good. There we go. See, we're slowly getting there, guys. Heat them up. All right, see all those hot spots. We want to get this to where it's burning nice and even from the inside out. That's our goal. Almost there. Alright, I like to blow on them, help cool them down, and then we're going to see where we're at. Looks like we have a couple more hot spots. I'm going to pull this away real quick, get them straightened out. It's a little easier to do than trying to show you guys on the camera. Yeah, that's looking good. Right there, inside out. You guys see that nice burn, a nice glow. Cool. Now I'm going to show you how to wick it, and I'm going to do what I prefer on my wicking method. Alright, so we take our unwound cotton here, And I like to not twist it, but make sure it's all wrapped evenly. And I like to make one end tighter than the other. And then we just fish it through, like so. And then you pull it on through. Pull it till it gets tight, right about there. I like to pull it back through just a little bit so the other end kind of fluffs up. And then I cut it off right at the end of the atomizer. I cut it off to where I have enough to where when I bend it down, it's just enough to touch the bottom of the juice well. Because I like to have airflow all around my coil. It tends to produce a better vape. I get a little more flavor out of it, I feel. All right, sorry about my humming. So there we go, wick the second one, pull through until it's nice and snug, pull it back, get that little fluff going, straighten out, cut it, and we're gonna cut this end. So that's how I like it to look. And then we take our lovely, lovely cotton. So this is what we got so far, guys. I know it's not the cleanest build I've done, but it's a nice, simple build to show the average guy how we can put a good build on this different style Addy. So we're gonna take that, push the cotton in, like so. Get it all nice in the juice well, and I like to make sure that I have a gap under my coil there. I don't know if you can see right there, because when it vapes, you want the vape coming out from the bottom of the coil as well. Helps out with flavor quite a bit. And vape production, and we all know we like vape production. And I like to get airflow through my coil, so when you're blowing in, you can get it in and then up the center, which is really nice to have. That's the sound of air. All right, so I got that. I like to take a little syringe or a little screwdriver, and after I put juice on, I can help manipulate my cotton around to get it to do exactly what I want it to do. And if you guys don't remember, we had Ryan on the show the other day. We got some nostalgic e-liquid here, Maryland, which is a delicious limeade flavor. So we're gonna juice up our coil, get it nice and saturated.
Nice and saturated.
And if you guys didn't notice, I mean, the juice well's pretty big. I put a lot of juice in there. There we go. So we got this. And then if you can see what I'm doing here, is I'm making sure that the bottom is clear of the coil. And I make sure all my cotton's tucked in so it doesn't touch the sides, so the cap doesn't smash it off. Everything will fit nice. And then I'll give you guys a close-up. Hopefully you can see it in the camera, what I'm shooting for here. All right, so now that's done. I kind of cleaned it up. I made sure all the edges were nice and clean. And then right here, right there, yeah, you can see how it goes through it. And then when it goes through, you got it right there. See the little pin going in and out there. So you get through the coil. So actually, how you want it to be is, we get it all the way through, yeah. But you get the gist of it. Now, we're gonna make sure we don't have hot spots. Looking like we don't have any hot spots, which is really good. I'm gonna juice it up. I'm gonna show you how that cap goes on right now as well. So, a little bit of juice, a little bit of juice. And when these are brand new, these O-rings and this airflow control ring is really tight to get on. So if it's too snug, use some juice. You might have to use some force, but once it gets broken in, it's really nice. So you got your little notches. Remember I was talking about those. You want to line those up with these notches, which happens to be the airflow ring. So put your airflow ring right next to your post. All right, and then you want to push it down real good. Make sure it's not lopsided, because that's easy to do. So we pushed it down, and then we rotate it until we get in front of our coils. Which for us is halfway because they were right in the center, all nice and neat for us. And if you're me, you go too far. And there we go. Airflow right in front of the coils. And then our top cap allows you to do dual or single coils. You can see those 3 airflow holes right there, and we did dual, so we want to set it up for dual. And that's really tight too. But this is what the Hobo V3.1 looks like, and I tell you what, I think it looks amazing on top of this Glass TI. So I'm going to zoom out, I'm going to show you guys how it vapes, how it performs, and then give you my overall view of this atomizer. Alright guys, so I'm back with the Hobo V3. Sorry about the missed camera angle. I do want to say this is the Hobo 3.1, and I can't get over how awesome that looks on the Glass TI. Not only did I'm going to show you how it vapes with the build I put on there, but I've been vaping this for a couple weeks now, and it is fantastic. Put more juice in here so I don't take a dry hit for you guys. That'd be embarrassing. And the tip's wide enough that you can drip right through it. Look at that. That's a huge plus. But I'm going to show you guys how it vapes. Enough playing around. Lock ring. Ooh. So right away, the flavor coming off of this is extremely, extremely delightful compared to most atomizers with that exact same build in it. I like the airflow. It has tons of airflow, so it's enough for me to get that deep lung hit, which is really nice to have. Really thoroughly enjoy that. I'm just going to keep vaping on this. This is great. This Hobo 3.1 is definitely going to stay in my arsenal as one of my top addies that I currently have and I'm currently running. I'm thoroughly impressed with this compared to the other Hobos, so hands out to you. Good job, Hobo, for making such an amazing addy. This is, in my opinion, this is a must-buy. This is totally worth it all. Single coil, dual coil, guys. This is fantastic. Whew. Thank you for checking out my review, and now we're going to go back to the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
So that was his review.
Was it that good? Did you finish?
That hurt my head a little bit to do that. I'm being totally honest.
Oh my god.
I got dizzy off of that a little bit.
Gary, watch out. Might get you. So anyway, thank you for that awesome review, Donovan. That's the Hobo 3.1. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below. Otherwise, like, comment, share, subscribe.
All the good
Before
stuff.
we end.
No! All right, go ahead.
In the comments, let us know how you feel the vape community is. I want to know how you see the hostility and what you think should be done about it and how you feel about it.
Yeah, let us know, because obviously, like, we don't see all the examples. We've had a couple stories ourselves, but yeah.
Maybe you guys can show us that the vape community is stronger than ever in certain spots. Who knows?
It'd be awesome to see every one of those comments. Like, oh no, I never see vapors hate each other for no good reason. Like, that'd be cool, but it's not going to happen.
Unless you're on Juice Junkies.
Well, because like back when we were getting started, I had the same thing happen to me. You know, I had a clone. It wasn't bad, but I still got a little bit of hate for it just because people were like, clones support terrorism or whatever. But, you know, but it was just dumb stuff like that. But.
Communism.
But yeah, so let us know below. Comment. Be sure to give us your story. You know, we always read the comments. We do. I'm pretty sure we all have it hooked up to our phones. So as soon as we get a comment, it pops up, and we're all typically right on top of that.
I don't have that.
I do. You upload the video, comments. I bloop bloop. Oh,
I need.
I'm sorry if I don't write back. Sometimes your comments too awesome. I don't write back.
Same thing. And yeah, we all, I mean...
I try to reply from my personal account.
By the way, the comment on the last video that was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Yeah. That was excellent.
Here's another one for you. On that note... that's everything. Thank you for watching another awesome episode of the Vape-Out Podcast. I thought it was awesome. I hope you thought it was awesome too. They thought it was awesome because I'm telling them they thought it was awesome. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Vapors gonna vape.
It was okay.
This is why you don't have friends.